What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another video, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by. If you enjoy the content, man, y'all please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So look, bro, I got a bit of, you dig, information or reality, I guess, that I want to share with y'all, dog. So I've been in business and my business is successful. I've been in business for about a year and like 10 months. In the industry that I'm in, it's not like most industries. Like, this is not retail, you know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of guarantees in the business that I'm in. But what I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about, bro, is like many of y'all, I also get on YouTube, get on TikTok, get on these platforms, and I'm searching for gems. You know, I'm searching for gems. I'm trying to be inspired, looking for inspiration, you know, to generate new ideas, looking for loopholes and secrets, bro. There's not many loopholes, secrets to making money, dog. Like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We gotta keep it real. A lot of these, there's a handful of videos that you may find on YouTube, on TikTok, that's gonna give you great information that you can apply and see the success of the application of whatever it is that they talking about, bro. It's so crazy that people make or claim to make, because we don't know. People claim to make money off of selling courses and books and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have any real applicable information that you can just, oh, I'm just gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? There's a handful of things that you're gonna run across that works that way. Everybody is just selling a dream, dog. They're selling an idea, an unfinished idea. It's like they give you parts of it, pieces of something that kind of maybe sparks interest to get you to buy a product, dog. Like, ain't nobody giving no real gems. All, like, even with the stock gurus and shit, dog. I be watching some of their videos thinking that I'ma watch this hour video and I'ma get a gem that's gonna help me be successful in the stock market, dog. Man, that shit don't work like that. If think about it, dog, how many of y'all be on YouTube and TikTok scrubbing these platforms for information, bro, and y'all still working? You still got to get up and go to work every day. You dig? You still got to get up and go every day. None of the shit that they be talking about, dog. I don't give a fuck who it is that you listening to, what coach it is. It's not a lot of people that run across a video that they get some type of gem or information, dog, that ultimately leads to them being successful. You know, now I'll say that there are some inspirational videos. Like, I look for motivational shit and, you know, look for things that are gonna like give me some energy to move forward and keep going, keep pressing forward. But the business that I started, dog, the industry that I'm in, what I'm doing with my life, none of that shit came from, oh, I found a video and applied the course or whatever I learned from this video into practice, and now I'm a business owner and I'm successful. Woo -doo -woo -doo -woo. No, shit don't work like that. Shit didn't work like that, dog. You dig? I had to 110% really apply myself to what I'm doing now. There was no gems. Everything that I decided to do with my life right now came from conversations in the real world, not on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Not on YouTube. Another thing I want to bring up, you know, and this is just my experience. This is anecdotally what I'm dealing with right now. And I think that at one point in time, I was like everybody else on the internet looking for a way out. You know what I'm saying? So the other thing is, this is not to discourage anybody from doing this. Getting a degree does not come with money. Like, when you get a degree, it doesn't automatically, unless you know, in certain, if you a doctor, maybe a lawyer, shit like that still move. You know what I'm saying? engineering. If you're a lawyer, doctor, or engineer, you know what I'm saying, or a nurse, you know, those 4 things. Getting a business degree doesn't mean that you just gonna have a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be knowledgeable about business, but getting a business degree does not mean that you're just gonna, a business is gonna be handed to you as you walk across the stage, dog. I have a degree in psychology. When I graduated, dog, with my degree in psychology, I have a degree in psychology, and also I have a minor in developmental disabilities. Okay, so I would have had to go through the master's program. Then I would have gotten through the master's program, 2.5 years through the master's program, right? Then I gotta go and get licensed. I gotta do all of this shit, right? All of that, and still would probably have to go work somewhere. You know, go work, you know, get a job somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because even with like private practice, I probably could have did like a private practice, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But you got to go through all of that. And most of the time, the people that go through all of that, they do all of that shit to go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, college is, you go to school, you graduate, you go through the master's program, and you get a job, dog. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the doctors and lawyers work for firms. You know what I'm saying? They have jobs, you know? So college isn't even the reason that I'm in the position that I'm in. Not even college, dog. You know, college helped me get a job. It helped me climb the ladder at my job at the time. You know, I still had a job. Yeah, I had a degree. Man, my damn phone went dead. But no, having a degree allowed me to get a better job, better paying job. You know, you still punching the clock. You still gotta ask somebody to take time off. You still building somebody else's company. You know what I'm saying? If I had to say what allowed me to get to this position, you know, I think that for me mentally, I think that I've always envisioned me having a umbrella, you know, full of companies, you know, an umbrella that manages different companies, that has different companies under it. You know, I've always you know, romanticized about having freedom, you know, as far as financial freedom. You know, I was always pursuing something. I was always trying something. I was extremely optimistic, dog, and I was willing to fail, bro. I was willing to step into a situation, a new job. I was willing to step outside of my comfort zone and do things that, you know, I didn't feel like I was confident in doing, you know what I'm saying? But I understood that in order to grow, I had to do those things, right? And ultimately, the thing that I've done the last 10 years is also the industry that I have a business in. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, dog, I attribute where I am today to being optimistic, accepting different challenges, being willing to fail, and having a vision, you know, trying to manifest what it is that I wanted for my life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those same skills, dog, that I you know, had to hone and grow through all of the different challenges and fail a few times, and you know what I'm saying? All of those things led to me being able to confidently manage and run my company, my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it for so long, so I understand the ins and outs of this industry. I understand, you know, the language of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely attribute, like I said, being optimistic, being willing to, you know, put myself in uncomfortable situations to challenge the knowledge that I have, and grow and be able to be more confident in delivering whatever services I'm delivering, and having a vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I got to this point. Transitioning from a W-2, you know what I'm saying, to having a business was still scary though, because there's a lot of uncertainty with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But even starting a business, dog, is work. It's not the shit that they tell y'all or show y'all online, bro. It's still work. There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to getting a degree and owning a business, dog. You know, people think that it automatically comes with a yacht. You know what I'm saying? And then people get on, you know, I'm on YouTube as well and on TikTok as well and watching Facebook Reels as well, trying to discover new secrets. You know what I'm saying? But you have to really get into your industry and really learn and maneuver within the work that you're doing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no secret to a lot of this shit. It's just work. It's just you deciding that this is what I'm about to do. This is what I'm about to do. And if I fail at it, oh, whoop, how they say, whoop-de-doo. If I fail, I learn from the reasons that I failed. I get up and I try it again. You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing egregious to where you losing, time, gotta go to jail or some crazy shit like that. You don't want to fail for reasons like that. You want to fail for trying. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do things the way that it's supposed to be done. Maybe you wasn't as knowledgeable yet. You know, maybe something comes up that you wasn't aware of and it does cost you, to lose money or whatever the case is. You take a loan that you shouldn't have took. You know what I'm saying? So those things do happen and all you can do is learn from those things. But ain't no guru gonna be able to teach you, dog, or watching somebody on YouTube gonna be able to really get you into a business, and you gonna wake up one day while you eating your bowl of cereal watching YouTube and find out how you gonna make $1 million trillion from this one person. If it was that simple, dog, everybody around us would have businesses. Everybody around us would have money, dog. Everybody would be gravy, dog, if it was that simple, man. These people on these YouTube channels, dog. Now, I will say that when you go to the how-to sections and, the informational parts of there are some good people out there talking about how to structure your business. There are some good content. There is good content out there that talks about how you build business credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the how-to section, I think you do find a lot of a lot of cool little gems, from time to time. But a lot of these fucking gurus, these fucking stock market gurus, dog, these life coaches, oh man, they be on bullshit, dog. Think about it. There will be more successful individuals. Every other person would own a business. Every other person would have stocks and be successful and, got this money and, be worth $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason why every other person you meet has a job. Every other person you meet may work at, Walmart or McDonald's or, Foot Locker, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because people are still trying to make it, dog, each and every day. You dig? Each and every day, people are just trying to make it, dog. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that they be selling on online do not be real, dog. It don't be real. I still encourage people, man, go get you a degree. If anything, it's gonna get you a higher paying job. You know what I'm saying? If you got dreams of starting a business or going into business for yourself, give it a shot, man. Jump out there and try it. You dig? The worst that can happen is that you end up back at another job. You know what I'm saying? Work on yourself. Build yourself up, bro. That's all you can do. And then you swing for the fence. I mean, shit. You might just hit a home run. I guarantee you. Enough swings, dog. You gonna hit a home run. It's bound to happen, dog. Enough of them motherfuckers. Them bitches coming and you steady trying to hit them bitches. Enough of them. You gonna knock one of them bitches out the park. You gonna notice I'm getting closer. Ooh, that bit midfield right there. Ooh, that bit hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get closer eventually. Boom, you knock that bitch out the park. But you have to do the work. Ain't no fucking getting on YouTube and there's gonna be a secret to this shit. Ain't no getting on TikTok and there's gonna be a secret to this shit that somebody gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, this shit is competitive, dog. Nobody ain't giving nobody a fucking thing, dog. Especially in 2025, ain't nobody giving nobody a fucking thing. You gonna have to go out there and get it your fucking self, dog. You gonna have to go out there, have whatever conversations you need to have with people, meet whoever you need to meet, put yourself in circles where people are running businesses and they are successful. That is the only way, bro. You know what I'm saying? And prime example, someone brought the conversation to me. My partner brought the conversation to me. Hey, you should start your own business. Why don't you start your own, do your own thing? You know what I'm saying? I worked at a state hospital where I provided supports and services, you know what I'm saying, to individuals with intellectual disabilities. You know, some dual diagnosed, you know, so they have some impairments, stuff like that, right? And I had been doing that the last 9 to 10 years, man. You know, I had done worked in the psychology department as a client training supervisor. I was a client training supervisor on one of the sites for the evening shift on several different sites. I eventually, you know, would go on to become a program coordinator, where I had to go and obtain my 4-year degree to acquire that position, right? So in 9 to 10 years, I want to say about nine and a half, pretty much 10 years, this is what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? I've had to deliver trainings. You know, I've had to you know, go and train workers on different programs and strategies, you know, that the psychologists are implementing. You know, so I had all of this experience. I was a direct care staff for a few years before I promoted. You know what I'm saying? So I had experience in management, senior management, you know, working closely with the psych department, delivering crisis training. I had all of the knowledge. You dig? So my girl was like, man, why don't you go start your own thing? But I wasn't hearing that shit, right? Because I was an employee. I was a boss at a job. I was brainwashed at the fact that, man, I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I leave what I'm doing, making my money every 2 weeks, to go, you know? I don't know why it was so crazy to me to think like this, but why would I go start a company, man? I ain't doing that, man. Like, I'm a boss, right? I was brainwashed, dog. I don't know what was going on, because this was the best decision that I made. But even though I made that decision was made, it was something that was brought to me through conversations that she was having with someone that already owned an agency. So she like, wait, she's the owner of this agency. She's doing the same thing my man doing. Why is he steady working for a company? Like, he can probably go do his own thing. I know he tired of dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So she bought that to me the 4th of July of 2024. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, in June, we had the conversation, I want to say. I think we had the conversation, back in May. We had the conversation back in May. And I was like, I'll think about it, man. I don't know. You know, because it looked like a lot of work. She was like, man, I think you need to really think about it. You know, like, I think you would be good at it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, because I'm still dealing with what I'm dealing with at my job. So then I eventually actually lose my job. You dig? So now I got to figure some shit out. You know, I'm on Indeed. I'm playing with the stock market, everything. You dig? And we go to the 4th of July party at the girl's friend, her friend's house, who actually owns an agency. And we having conversation. And then, you know, when we left the party that night, I'm like, this is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So we went with our move, and, you know, almost a year and 10 months later, man, here we are, man. You know, we don't work for anybody. You know, we are in the midst of hiring staff. We're providing services, man. You know, I'm of service to somebody, to people every day, man. You know, I feel great about what I'm doing, and I don't have to punch anybody's clock. You know, there's a lot of policy writing that goes along with this, man. Learning about workers' comp, learning about running payroll, you know, learning about HR, you know, like there's a lot that goes into it, but it's worth it, dog. Because now I understand my job that I had prior, like the people that were above me, I have more of an understanding why they made the decisions that they made. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me grow even more. But my point is, getting out and talking to people, man, that wasn't something that I got on YouTube and was like, oh, this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it was from conversation. It was from, you know, the confidence in doing what, you know, we ended up doing. The confidence came from me having 10 years of experience. A lot of people don't realize, man, the business that you might start is within the industry that you've been working in the longest, because that's what you know. Whether you want to do it or not, that's what you know. That's what you've been in the entirety of your career. You know what I'm saying? Your employment has been in this particular industry, so naturally it may translate into you having your own company and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff to think about, man. These gurus, the YouTube shit, man, that shit cool, but man, you're gonna have to get out here and really do your own thing, dog, to really be successful. You're gonna have to get out here and give it a shot to be successful, dog. You're gonna have to, dog. That's the only way it's gonna work. Anyway, man, I'm about to sign off, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by to check out the video. If you enjoyed this video, dog, man, y'all please subscribe to the channel. I really want to get into doing more videos like this, man, and kind of talking a little bit more about, you know, what I have going on, business, stuff like that, man, so y'all can see the real. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, drop a comment, man, hit me with some questions, man, so I can make more content. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.